Hey guys, Desolator Magic here. It's time for our day 2 of the spoilers from Bloomburrow. A lot lower volume this time around, which is nice because you can read the cards and take it all in. First up, let's go with Kidnap, because a lot of the naming in this, we were warned by Mark Rosewater, is kind of unset-esque. So it's double blue, 4-cost rare blue enchantment aura. It has gift a card. You may promise an opponent a gift as you cast this spell. If you do, when it enters, they draw a card. So I guess gift a card, gift a fish, gift whatever it says. Kind of an odd mechanic. But enchant creature, when it enters, tap enchanted creature. If the gift wasn't promised, put 3 stun counters on it. And you control enchanted creature. That's right. It's living up to its name of Kidnap, except it's not. Holy crap, do people get this wrong on the internet? If it's an adult, it's an abduction. That looks like a fully grown raccoon. So yeah, if you didn't give them a card, which you really probably shouldn't, then you aren't using that thing for several turns, because 3 stun counters, come on. But the point is, they don't have it. Next up, we got a 1-cost black 1/2 creature lizard assassin iridescent vine lasher, and it has offspring 2, so if you pay 2, you get a 1/1 copy of this. And then it has landfall. That is not what I would have expected in this set. Whenever land you control enters the battlefield, this creature deals 1 damage to target opponent. That is insane. You just pay 3 and have 2 of these. It's like one of the strongest cards we've seen in this set. It's not a very high bar, which is nice because we've already seen cards from the next set, and they're completely bonkers. That would be the Haunted House set. Next up, Sunspine Lynx. What is going on there? Is he just launching a nuke, or? I'm no animal behavioral expert, but that looks like a mad kitty. Alright, so 4-cost 5/4 double red, creature elemental cat, a rare of course, and players can't gain life. Well, that includes you at least, but I hate that effect. That's just specific, annoying, and unfair. Damage can't be prevented, that's fine. And when it enters the battlefield, it deals damage to each player equal to the number of non-basic lands that player controls. Haha, punish them for playing too many colors. Okay, I can get behind 2/3 of this, but the can't gain life thing, I have whole decks that would shut down. Didn't they learn from obnoxious red cards that are just binary conditions that either shut you down or do nothing? From Blood Moon, one of the most hated cards ever. So next up we got Manifold Mouse. It's a 2-cost 1/2 creature mouse soldier with offspring 2. You know what it does at this point. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, target mouse you control gains your choice of double strike or trample until end of turn. I just don't see a mouse that weighs like 4 ounces or something going up against anything. It's kind of unrealistic. This whole set's kind of unrealistic. I don't think Mouse Tribal is going to do it unless it's a swarm, and I think rabbits were the better swarm so far, so whatever. Next up we got Zoraline Cosmos Collar. It's a 3-color white black 3/3, so in other words, I'm going to draft it. And it has Flying Vigilance, and whenever a bat you control attacks, you gain 1 life. Whenever Zoraline enters or attacks, you may pay 1 white, 1 black, and 2 life. When you do, return target non-land permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. You're paying a lot for that limit, but like I said, this is a very appropriately balanced low-cost set so far with a couple of weird anomalies. This not being one of them. Next up, Sugarcoat. I just threw this in because it's such an uncard. So we've got 3-cost blue enchantment aura uncommon with flash. Enchant creature or food. Enchanted permanent is a colorless food artifact with, pay 2, tap it, sack it, gain 3 life, and loses all other card types and abilities. Now, why would you enchant a food? I don't really get that, other than that wolf that turns everybody into food. I don't think that's worth writing an extra whole line on this, but I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. This just seems odd. And then the flavor text is, some jokes have the punchline baked in. Cringe. This is like the generic store brand unset. So next up, it's Quake Tusk Boar. A little bigger than a mouse there. 5-cost 5/5. Elemental Boar with reach, trample, and haste. So that's one of the calamity beasts. They are huge. Wait a minute, is Glarb not the bad guy? Because it says calamity beasts are running through the valley, leaving death and destruction in their wake. I have a plan to stop them. Glarb, ruler of Fountainport. Okay, maybe he's not the bad guy. Maybe I misstated that. Next up, Mabel's Metal. It's a 2-cost white instant, uncommon. I already love it. This is devastating in any limited format. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. and then up to one other target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn at instant speed. Now this is a story spotlight card too, so they usually jack those up a little bit, but the flavor text is "You stole a child from its nest. Mabel accused. The only calamity I see here is you." Haha, suck it, haters. Next up, we've got Pot of Greed. Oh my god, it's Pot of Greed. They finally printed Pot of Greed. Oh, wait. False alarm. Consumed by greed. This better draw somewhere between 2 and 3 cards. Well, it has gift a card, so we're kind of going one in the wrong direction there, but okay. You may promise an opponent a gift as you cast a spell. If you do, they draw 3 cards, a card before its other effects. But then, target opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures they control. If the gift was promised, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand and then draw 3 cards. That's not what it does. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. Well, maybe the last card, Brightblade Stoat, will help. So it's a 2-cost, uncommon 2/2, creature Weasel Soldier, so, go Weasels, and first strike and lifelink. I mean, first strike lifelink is like no joke. You drop this, turn 2, 3, 4 in a limited format, oh boy. Start strapping counters and equipment to it, which is difficult in the set. Yeah, you're good to go. I think 3 color is going to be a little broken, but, I just, in principle, refuse to do that. I'm not going to lose like 1/3 to 1/5 of my games because I just can't get a color going. That's just not acceptable. It is not worth any amount of additional power, best of, 3. Usually people get pigeonholed into it because they pulled like a really bad pool and sealed or something, or they just massively screwed up a draft. In either case, you aren't just running best of because, wow, look at all these great cards. What if I put them all together? It's like a disaster. Now on Arena, it's a different story. I don't know if I've ever seen my opponent not get their 3rd color on turn 3. I suspect a little assistance is in play there because it's best of 1. Well, anyway, the best thing about this is if you read the flavor text, you can actually use this to play Pot of Greed and draw 3 additional cards. Bye.